The Virtual Fighter title is available in Destiny 2 and it's the seal related to showing off your achievements in the Lightfall expansion. Today I want to dive into each of the Triumph requirements, offering up tips and tricks along the way so you can get this done nice and quickly, so you can proudly wear that Virtual Fighter title in Destiny 2. Well, if you're new around here or find this useful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below for all the latest Destiny 2 content, and turn on notifications by hitting that bell. Without further delay, let's dive into the triumphs that you need to complete for the Virtual Fighter title. Okay, let's have a look at all of the requirements. So first of all, Mooney Souvenirs, so collect all items from Moona. We've got Unfinished Business, so complete the Unfinished Business quest from Nimbus in Moona. We got Restored and Remembered, so restore all memorials in the Hall of Heroes in Moona. We got Overclock, so complete a partition within 7 minutes. We got Master of Survival, so complete any Lightfall campaign mission on Master difficulty. We have Honorary Cloud Strider, so claim all rank rewards from Nimbus. And Terminal Treasures, so at the end of Terminal Overload the activity, open the Terminal Overload chests. We got the Final Strand, so complete the Final Strand quest in the Hall of Heroes in Moona. And finally, Theyre Not Dolls, so collect all of the unique action figures in Moona and place them where they belong in Strider's Gate. Okay, let's go into a little bit more detail on all of them. So first up, Unfinished Business. So once you finish the Lightfall campaign, you better pick up this quest from Nimbus. After the Lightfall campaign, you should be dropped at the right place, but if not, do check the director, select Neptune, then you can find Nimbus on Moona NPC, and then drop in via the landing zone next to them. Run through the quest and you can get the deterministic Chaos Machine Gun. It's a really, really good quest as well, plus you get that exotic weapon at the end. Well, next up we got Restored and Remembered, so once you've finished the Lightfall campaign, you then unlock the Hall of Heroes, then you'll be able to have a chat with Quinn, the researcher on Moona. Quinn is going to have 4 different quests called Stargazer, Maelstrom, and Blue Jay, and once you've done the first 3, you will unlock the 4th one, and that is the key one, that is Strider, and that has Winterbite as a reward. So complete all these quests and you will restore all memorials in the Hall of Heroes. Well, next up we've got Overclock, so as part of the Blue Jay quest, you unlock the Partition activity. For this Blue Jay quest, you want to pick up the quest from Quinn, then defeat combatants in the Vex Incursion Zone with a Strand subclass to get these shellcode fragments, and then open a Terminal Overload key chest to get the Polymorphic Engine. Next, you want to take part in the Partition activity, which is indicated on the map. This is probably the hardest part of the quest, but you can do this as part of a team, so if you're struggling to do it solo, then I would go ahead and do that. But to complete the Overclock Triumph, you want to complete a partition in under 7 minutes. Next up, we have Master of Survival, so this one is fairly straightforward. Complete any Lightfall campaign mission on Master difficulty, and you can select this from the director. I would recommend going in with a fire team to help you out. Next up, we've got Honorary Cloud Strider. So for this triumph, you want to claim all rank rewards from Nimbus, and the best way to do this is get XP on Moona. You could do a combination of Terminal Overload patrols, Nimbus bounties, and public events, and while you are doing the Terminal Overload activity, you want to be keeping an eye out for planetary materials, patrols, and chests, as that is all going to help you rank up at Nimbus. At the end of the activity, once you've opened both chests, hop on your Sparrow, ride out of the area until you see the text prompt in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, and you are looking for the location to change. Once you see that change, make your way back to the chest, open it again, and you'll get some more XP. Well, next up we got Terminal Treasures, so to complete this one, you want to open Terminal Overload chests at the end of that activity. So before you jump into Terminal Overload, you will need Terminal Overload keys. They can be found on Moona by farming public events, patrols, and opening chests. Once you've got a decent cache of Terminal Overload keys, then you can load into that activity and complete the 3 waves of enemies, where you're going to face off against Vex and also Shadow Legion Cabal, ultimately beat the boss and open those chests at the end. Well, next up we got the Final Strand. So first of all, you need to complete the Lightfall campaign, and then unlock all the Strand grenades, aspects, and fragments on a single class. Once you beat the campaign, you get your hands on the Strand subclass. You'll be directed to the Puka Pond near the Hall of Heroes. Once you've purchased all the grenades, aspect and fragments, you're ready to begin the quest for the final warning. Just go to the same location in the Puka Pond and pick up that quest, and that is called the Final Strand. Complete that and you're going to get access to a new exotic sidearm, plus you complete the Final Strand Triumph. Well, next up we've got one called Theyre Not Dolls. There's 9 hidden action figures around near Muna. I do have a specific guide for their location, and what I'll do is I'll put a link to that here, but you can also find that down in the description. Well, last but not least, we've got Mooney Souvenirs. So to complete this one, you'll need to get a bunch of collectibles, including armor, weapons, an emblem, and a ship, and a whole load more things as well, so you can check your progress in the game. And this one is likely to take you the longest out of all the steps. So here is the complete list of things that you will need to collect. So foremost, Vimana ship, and that is the Neomuna Sightseeing Triumph. You can earn this by getting a score of 1400 or more in the Neomuna Destination Triumph. Then we got Scintillant Trajectory Shader. That one is found on Neomuna. We got the Sanctuary of Nefeli Emblem, and you can get that by completing the Legend version of the Lightfall campaign. We got Terminal Circuit. You can get that one by doing the Terminal Overload activity. Next up, we got the Lightfall Neomuna Armor, and that is found by exploring Neomuna. So you got the full Thunderhead set. That's the helmet, the gloves, the chest, the boots, and also the class item too. Next up, we got the Winterbite Exotic Glaive. So you need to complete the Strider Exotic Quest, and we described that in the Triumphs earlier. Then you got the Final Warning Exotic Sidearm, and that is the Final Strand Exotic Quest. Also, the Deterministic Chaos Exotic Machine Gun. You can get that one by completing What Remains Exotic Quest. And then you have to collect all of the Lightfall weapons. And we got Dimensional Hypertetroid, so you can get that one in the Lightfall campaign. We've got the Iterative Loop, that is found by exploring Neomuna. The Philo-Tactic Spiral, that is the Lightfall campaign. And the Volta Bracket, also Lightfall campaign. The Round Robin, that is found by exploring Neomuna. The Circular Logic, that is from Terminal Overload. That is from the Zephyr Concourse. The Basso Ostinato, that is Terminal Overload, Ahimsa Park. And finally, the Synchronic Roulette, that is from Terminal Overload, and you can find that one in Liming Harbour. Well, that is it. Congratulations. When you've done all those triumphs, you'll get that Virtual Fighter title in Destiny 2. And you can show off to everyone your skills on Neomuna. Well, let me know in the comments what you think about the Virtual Fighter title. And that is it for this guide for how to get the Virtual Fighter title in Destiny 2. As always, thank you so much for watching or listening. For more Destiny 2 content like this, hit that subscribe button down below and subscribe to This Week in Video Games. Or you can check me out on Twitter at TWIVG Podcast. Well, if you enjoyed this video, found it useful, liking and sharing the video would really help me out. Otherwise, you can check out the other videos on the channel. Well, thanks again, and I'll see you soon.